The goal of my presentation today is really to raise awareness of the need to support and empower women with learning difficulties to breastfeed or to make informed infant feeding decisions. Women generally find that breastfeeding is a learned skill for a mother and a baby, but women with learning difficulties face particular challenges in initiating and also the duration of breastfeeding. We've also got an issue with time-poor health services and early discharge requirements. And often, poor confidence and self-esteem. Mothers with learning difficulties often have mental health, higher rates of mental health issues in the community. We also know through the research that their access to antenatal care is often limited. So we've actually got a mother and a baby behind the 8 ball before we even try to initiate breastfeeding. So we might have a prem baby or a baby with some other difficulties that present extra challenges. And then on top of that, I won't sort of get into it too much, but we've got the specific learning difficulties that she faces, so difficulties with short and long-term memory, her ability to retain and apply new skills, the need for it to be repeated, her ability to assess and adjust to the growing needs and changes with her child is a big issue with a lot of clients that I work with. And her ability to recognise her baby's cues and respond appropriately is a really big one as well. But in all that, we also need to look at the fact that, even though she might have some deficits in her ability, she probably has some great strengths which we need to build and encourage. And that's really the aim of Healthy Start, isn't it? So why does it matter? I think for these families it matters because there's an economic benefit, improved short and long-term health outcomes, decreased illness and hospitalisation. It's free, reduces household costs. The bonding and attachment is the big one for me. I think there's more time spent with the child and also the incidental interaction, so that has to translate to better child safety outcomes, I would assume. Also the maternal benefits for her health, her enhanced mental health, self-esteem, less concern over need for exact measurement, strict hygiene and ongoing affordability of that breast milk, and we've all worked with parents that haven't been able to afford ongoing supplies. What can we do as workers? Just help her source clear, consistent, evidence-based support, reinforcing the same messages that the supports are giving her. She may need long-term support, and that's often an issue with service provision and funding and things like that. Tailoring the teaching methods to the learning needs, using visual aids for learning, parents actively participating to learn new skills, so engaging and in evaluating their own learning, building on success, checking for understanding, saying, well, can you tell me how you go about putting your baby to the breast, rather than saying you do this, this and that, and you need her to sort of show you. And we also need to consider family tradition, her own childhood experiences, and with a lot of my families that's a big one, and I'm sure with families that you work with too. Helping her access breastfeeding support services like internationally board certified lactation consultants. They're fee for service quite often because we need to pay ongoing costs. But there might be potential to apply for funding or to lobby to ensure that women with low socioeconomic backgrounds can access a lactation consultant and clinic. Helping her meet peer supports through the Australian Breastfeeding Association meetings, giving her simple messages and using best practice teaching strategies.